Hey everybody! How's it going? User Fufu, always with the classic blunder. But, got it in. Steve. I like the Steve sponsor. But I'm with Degaboo on this one. My money's on Ness. I honestly think the left half of the bracket is pretty stacked. Obviously, only one can win. But, I think everybody on... Well, not everybody, but I feel like, you know, Ness has a great chance. I think Byleth has a great chance. I think Lucas has a great chance. Bowser has just won recently. Pyra and Mithra, big unknown factor. And, well, you know what? Right side of the bracket's not too bad either. I'm very partial to Wii Fit Trainer. One of the best final smashes in the game. I would say, at least within CPU tournaments, especially because Stage Morph and getting pushed off the screen with the Wii Fit Trainer ult, very, very powerful stuff. We got a new fighter. We got Wario. I don't think we've seen Wario yet. But we got Isabelle. Isabelle is a classic returning character. Banjo, Banjo has failed to impress so far. And Steve. Gigantic Pink was a big Steve fan. Clearly, User Fifu is also a bit of a Steve head. Yeah. But anyways, we got a fun tournament matchup tonight. And we've got a new co-host, guys. Medic 5052, 5052? I don't know. But Medic is here. He is joining us. And, I'm gonna undeafen in just a minute here. Pull him in. Your money's on Wii Fit, lady. Okay. I mean, you gotta remember, though. Bowser did win, like, 2 weeks ago. Thermal Pollution knew. Almost had that perfect run on Bowser. Alright, Medic, I'm gonna undeafen. You don't get much of a warning, but here we go. Why, hello.
Good evening, everybody. This is SmashTourney and Medic here to bring you our non-stop flight from fight to fight as we deliver Zero to Hero, our big fat tournament tonight. Who's ready for some Smash?
Okay, you're a better host than me. Scripted or maybe off script, I don't know. Very excited. I like it. I like the energy. Well, oh, I'm talking off Discord. I gotta go back on a voice activity. Hopefully you heard it on stream at least, but
I heard a little.
Okay.
Howdy, everybody.
All right, now I'm on voice activity. That won't happen again. Let me also share my screen for you so that you can see what's going on in real time.
Happy to be our co-pilot as we dive into this absolutely beautiful stacked bracket.
I think so. What are you thinking? What do you think from looking at this bracket before we even get started?
Well, it is a little bit of a cheat as I have already entered in my sponsorship for the big man himself, Wario, who has been my longtime fighter in Smash. I do believe he's a very versatile character who's got a lot of really fun attacks and is able to cover a lot of ground and maintain a high position as King of the Hill. That being said, we do have some classic returning champions of this sort of tournament, such as Bowser, who's taken the crown a few times, I believe. And that being said, everyone loves Chrom.
Everybody does love Chrom. He actually, you know, Chrom has been in quite a few of these tournaments. Flies under the radar a little bit, though Chrom may even have won one of our beta tournaments a few weeks ago, but or I guess a few months ago at this point, but
being a cool-looking underdog is part of the classic Bishonen charm. I truly do believe he could come out and surprise us all. That being said, he's also going up against a Greek goddess of peace and wisdom, a giant penguin, and a cartoon dog. So there's really no telling who's going to win this one.
It's so true. Anything can happen, as I often say.
It's all about the chaos when it comes to this console.
Very true. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. I suppose while we're counting down, I'll mention that I've got some very exciting news for next week. I've actually been hard at work. As I've mentioned a few times, I'm working on a website for the stream. That's almost finished, and I've also done a rewrite of my tournament management application to get some more stats in there, potential for other game modes in case we want to do different kinds of point systems. And that will go live next week, and possibly even sooner than next week, because I think I may do a special stream this weekend to celebrate.
So what I'm hearing is exciting developments in the very nature of the sport.
You are correct. It's very exciting. I think people are going to like it. Have some big plans for prizes beyond just the tournament winning prize. Some ways to reward people who stay engaged throughout the whole stream. So the meta has changed. The meta has changed.
I thought you said the medic has changed. I'm like, you don't even know the half of it. But yes, you heard it here first, folks. As long as you pay attention, we can give you all kinds of cool things you don't know. Might be a 5-pound barbell. It might be a new Maserati, but stay tuned.
I can't comment on whether that is true or false, but maybe you can infer for yourself. All right, 10 minutes are up. Make sure everybody get your sponsorships in. We've got a really fun bracket, starting out with honestly a really fun matchup, I think, with Ness and Donkey Kong. Gift card to wherever you guys want. That's the goal for tonight. Tonight's prize is a $10 gift card. You can tell me where you want it, and I will send it to you. As long as they allow $10 increments. Otherwise, I gotta PayPal you the money.
I really do love that we've got about a 500-pound ape with a little tiny necktie going up against a 10-year-old with a baseball bat. Like, man, those are good odds. Have you ever seen an angry 10-year-old with a baseball bat?
I mean, that's a great point. All right, I think I'm going to get us started here. Make sure, like I said, finalize any sponsorships, but it seems like everybody's kind of knows what they're doing. So I'll give you like 5 seconds, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Happy New Year.
Oh, well, okay. Clearly, it doesn't want to switch scenes for me. This happens sometimes, but let me put this back in full screen. And let me...
Performance issues happen to the best of us. We've all been there.
Close this out. Okay, sponsorships are closed, guys. And let's go. And let me know about the audio levels. If Medic is too quiet, too loud, just right. If the music from the stream is too loud, too quiet, just right. Keep me posted. I'll adjust it as we go. And otherwise, we get started with round 1. Match 1. Ness versus Donkey Kong. Predictions are open.
Alrighty, folks, get your votes in. We are going to have 2 small town boys with red accessories beating it out to death for your pleasure.
This may actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this may be Donkey Kong's first appearance in SmashTourney. For some reason, I thought maybe he had made an appearance, but I think this is a newcomer. A newcomer versus a classic returning character. We've had Ness in probably 3 or 4 tournaments, I think, at this point. My money's on Ness. I think Ness has a pretty strong PK fire, and the baseball bat, good side smash. That's all I'll say.
Well, and of course, we've got the issue of being the home run hitter versus the heavy hitter.
That is also a great point. Ness is my legal brother because he comes from mother, says Thermal Pollution. Well, that may make Ness a brother of all of us.
Truly, deep in our hearts, we are all brothers from another mother or other, or perhaps. Very
true. All right, guys, get your predictions in. Medic, make sure to get your prediction in too, if you want to make one.
If I care to wager.
If you care to wager.
You know what? Just for you, pal, I'm putting my butt in that corner.
All right.
Let's see Ness take this home.
3-1 odds. Or 4-1. Is it 4-1? 3-1? 3-1. 3-1 odds. We got 75% Ness, 25% Donkey Kong, and we begin. I mean, the map plays a big part in this, though, right? Like, stage morph is a huge killer in a lot of these cases, but actually doesn't look to be too much of an issue to start off here.
Nice and flat, nice and small. Really strong opener by Donkey Kong here.
Yep, that's the heavy hitter in him. Oh, but the stage is leaving him! Okay, they've recovered. No worries there.
I think we can all agree that Ness has always had a really strong recovery, especially from that one time he got stung by a bee and accidentally went to the ends of the universe trying to fight off the infection for the rest of his life.
You're right. I mean, you could argue that was maybe the strongest recovery. And now we got legendary Starfy making an appearance.
Starfy?
This, I think, is our first time getting Starfy as an assist trophy on stream. I know that Gamey Katie is a huge fan of the legendary Starfy. Probably disappointed
doesn't want to dance among the stars?
Yeah, probably disappointed she couldn't sponsor Starfy. And now we got this.
We
got the boss.
Captain.
And
Captain
away goes Donkey Kong.
Bus.
Okay, but it wasn't enough to take Donkey Kong out, but it does come like 3 or 4 times, so Donkey Kong's in a little bit of trouble.
Donkey Kong taking the battle bus all the way to Fortnite.
Oh, and there he goes again. This might be too far. And it is. The assist trophy actually gets the elimination. Pokeball in play, though, if Ness wants it. And we get Go-Go.
Ness is only up 79%, and he's got a full extra stock. This might be his fight.
True, and Donkey Kong did get the final Smash meter charged up here, so...
who's Go-Go?
He does use it, which is probably smart, because Ness actually just got final Smash meter charged up and now loses it because of the elimination. So actually a great play by Donkey Kong.
This might be tight, folks.
All right, but Ness is doing some good edge guarding there. Pretty strong, and look at that. I mean, good up smash with the yo-yo. And Donkey Kong finally gets some damage.
Thank you, Feifu, for your interest. No, you cannot sponsor the assist trophies.
Maybe one day. Maybe that would make a fun game mode someday.
Only if I can mod in Nights into Dreams. Oh, look at that final smash!
And
Donkey Kong is toast!
And just like 75% of people thought, Ness comes away with the win. And Degaboo sponsored Ness. So actually, Degaboo gets off to a really strong start. 2 points. And most other people got 1 point. Tarify and Fifu sitting on 0 points. But it's early. But strong start for most of the people playing.
I do want to point out that also Donkey Kong was knocked off the stage to the point of almost not recovering 3 times, but he still got the strikeout.
Yeah, very true. All right, on to match number 2. We got Palutena versus Byleth. And predictions are open for this one.
These are definitely 2 strong mythological female figures that I am looking forward to see their strong histories come up against each other. I think that we could get some really amazing results from the battle of the multicolored anime hair goddesses.
You know what? I agree with you, and I think they're both technically. I believe they're both technically sword fighters, right? And I think in this game,
I believe so.
Sword fighters are very good. I think they outclass most everybody. So to put 2 of them up against each other is a pretty big deal, and I think it really could go either way.
If I remember correctly, we have not necessarily had very good luck with sword fighters in the SmashTourney battles, however. Thank you for reminding me, Tarufai, this Byleth is a boy, and this Ken's job is sword.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. Sword fighters actually haven't done too well, at least since we moved out of beta. During the beta streams, I think sword fighters were pretty strong. Now, you know, in the last stream especially, I think we had 4 sword fighters, and they all got eliminated almost right away. But yeah,
absolutely.
Looks like everybody's got their predictions in. Minutes up. Oh, we're changing. Okay, yeah, make sure. Any last-minute changes, guys? Get them in now. Looks like most people are favoring Byleth here.
That was a very big move to Byleth also. Goodness gracious.
All right. On we go. Let's get started. Palutena versus Byleth.
Oh, what an entrance.
All right. So, wow. Major early damage for Palutena. But now they're just kind of airing out their motions.
The Street Fighter map I find is just so fitting for this particular matchup.
It kind of is. And
Also love that we're in the temple.
Yep. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, Palutena
Oh my goodness.
broke the map. Can't pick up the
Almost.
assist trophy. She can't do it. Now she gets
come
it.
Back.
Okay,
Was
now
that Dracula?
I think this is Alucard,
Oh my god,
right?
it's Alucard. That's
think it is.
Alucard.
Oh, okay, that's bad for Byleth.
Wow.
Taking some massive damage. But Palutena goes out first.
Wow! One full stock down, 122%.
Byleth gets Shadow. Can actually do some damage to Palutena before Palutena may or may not actually take out his first stock.
Man, that stop time really did a number on Palutena. I'm not sure if that's helped her chances.
I don't think it has. Wow, she dropped the Pokeball. She has her final Smash meter charged up, but Byleth
She's
edge
done.
guarded too hard, and Palutena can't recover. Byleth 2 stocks.
That was absolutely beautiful upset by Byleth. Well placed predictions, people.
Yeah, another one where the majority prediction actually comes through. Degaboo in first has made both predictions correctly so far. Sponsor wins. Gamey Katie and Thermal Pollution are the only other ones that have all the predictions correct so far. So already starting to see a little bit of a discrepancy. Let's see if we can keep it going. This may have been Palutena's first appearance. Or maybe she played last week and lost right away too. Not sure.
We really need a spreadsheet for this sort of thing.
Well, now, it's funny that you say that because the website that is going to go live hopefully next week, Tuesday, will actually have all that information on it. It'll show which fighters have played the most, which fighters have won the most, and you'll be able to see any particular tournament history that you want to look up. So that is coming shortly. A lot
Now,
of work is
Mr.
done with
SmashTourney, I simply have to ask you, when it comes to a pair of absolute powerhouses and, to be frank, the protagonists of their respective games, where do you think our standings are between Lucas and Chrom?
You know, I'm always partial to Lucas and Ness. I think they have really strong throws. I think PK Fire is probably one of the strongest abilities in the game. Just does a lot of damage, and Lucas has the range on Chrom, and Lucas and Ness have amazing recoveries because the CPU doesn't really miss in aiming it. So I'm a huge fan of both the characters. I'm always yapping about them because they're really good. This is not
Absolutely.
Marth.
Chrom is a very capable sword fighter, and especially when it comes to a very small, lightweight brawler like Lucas, I'm worried about his chances. But like you said, his aerial recovery is actually really quite radical. That's one thing that really helped Ness in his early days as a Smash fighter and gain popularity. This could be really a battle of who can edge guard the strongest.
I completely agree. And they honestly both have strong edge guards. Let's see who's got it. And let's get started with Lucas versus Chrom. Franchise face-off, indeed.
When primary colors fight. So we are landing on a cutesy aesthetic of the Animal Crossing stage here, which means we might have Lucas with just a tiny bit of a home advantage. Does naturally feel more comfortable in this smaller, say, on-it-like place. But we're seeing...
I agree. They are playing really risky right now. Wow! Okay, I'm surprised it did like a zoom in there. I mean, it wasn't that much damage.
Goodness.
But an
This
impressive
is
recovery. Oh,
Absolutely incredible aerial fight.
This is a bit dangerous for Chrom. This is maybe the best assist trophy in the game. We got the Monster Hunter Dragon.
Gracious.
And it's not enough because Lucas actually canceled the hit.
That's a beautiful cancel.
Oh my god, Chrom cannot recover. And now we got Eevee. We got Eevee and a giant dragon from Monster Hunter. And now Lucas is using his recovery just to damage Chrom in the air.
It's less recovery and more catching a break. Goodness.
And I mean, Chrom stood no chance in that first stock. He's got to make a big comeback here.
This grown-ass sword fighter is getting his butt handed to him by a 10-year-old with a snake.
It's true. And then we got Snorlax coming in. Totally misses, though. I feel like Snorlax always misses.
And stage more. We're back with our Wario coin stage reappearances. We did notice this a lot with our previous tournament.
We did, and look at that. Lucas did 0 damage to Chrom. 0
We're
damage.
Back 0% and 1 stock each. This could come real tight, folks.
Okay, well, Lucas decides to use the ult now. I think Chrom got Bomberman. Oh, he gets him off because the stage boundary is so small.
Oh, wipe out.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, it almost looked like Chrom had a chance, like almost potential for a comeback, but it wasn't enough, and Lucas pulls away with that win. And now looking at the leaderboard here, Degavu's still in the first, and Katie and Thermal Pollution both still got the correct prediction. So far, people are doing pretty well.
Now, do I have this right that means that Lucas and Ness will have to face off in their next tournament? Or their next fight?
Not yet. It'll be Ness versus Byleth, and then Lucas versus the winner of the next one. But if they both win their next matchups, then they'll play each other. And then the winner of that one goes to the finals. So
that could be a very, very tense battle of brothers there.
It would be. It would be. I mean, it would be a great storyline. All right.
Absolutely.
On to the next one. We got this one. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know enough about Pyra and Mythra to know how they'll fare against Bowser, but I feel like Bowser may, in my opinion, I think Bowser has the clear advantage here. Bowser has been 2-stocking in almost every match that we've seen him across all tournaments.
Absolutely. Smart money is pretty much always on the Koopa King due to his just absolutely massive size and his ability to throw it around.
That is so true. That's one way to put it. Obviously, super strong grab for him. Or not specifically like not like the traditional grab, but his side B where he grabs somebody and spins in the air and then kind of body slams him on the ground. Does a lot of damage. Could potentially end up in like a kamikaze situation for Bowser. Just a strong moveset overall. But you never know with Pyra and Mythra.
Well, I would agree with you there, except for the fact that when it comes to Bowser's Shell Slam, it really also takes into effect whether or not a character has similar weight class to Bowser, whether or not they can handle that kind of punishment. Pyra and Mythra are just simply too light, I think, to take that kind of damage with any sort of chance of recovery. I really do think that Bowser might sweep this.
I think I'm with you, but like Thermal Pollution said, Mythra has a pretty spammable side B, and Pyra and Mythra can obviously switch out at will, so let's get started. Let's see if the majority have it, if Bowser actually gets the win here. Or can the underdogs pull through?
Absolutely, this may yet be an upset.
Okay, we got a Bowser home turf map. He's very familiar with this castle, always abducting Peach.
Now the question is, will he handle the aerials well? Of course, since he sinks like a stone, it might be very difficult for him to keep up with a lightweight character like Pyra and Mythra.
That's what it looks like so far. I mean, Mythra is handling Bowser quite easily right now. I mean, Bowser really can't get a hit in, and now Mythra's going to get the assist trophy. Can Bowser actually get her to drop it? No. Not quite.
That is something I didn't take into account during my prediction, is whether or not he can keep up with such a quick character.
Well, you never know. I mean, every hit from Bowser is pretty significant compared to every hit from Mythra, so just 1 or 2 hits from Bowser is maybe equal to 3 or 4 from Pyra and Mythra.
That does mean it turns into a war of attrition, though, and I'm not sure if that Sukapon assist trophy is really helping all that much. It doesn't seem to be able to get into the fight.
It did hit him, but it wasn't enough to knock him out. Now we got Fatal Frame. But this doesn't...
Fatal Frame is a pretty powerful one.
Yeah, this doesn't look to be too impactful at the moment, but Mythra gets the Elim. So now Bowser's got to do something. Got to even up the score here. Both are very, very close to their final smash meter. It would be really good for Bowser to actually get the elimination without using it, but he uses it anyway. And...
let's see if he can manage.
That is an insta-death for Mythra.
Flat on the screen.
There is a Pokeball and an assist trophy in play, and Mythra actually managed to get the assist trophy. Now they're on a really dangerous map. This map has instant Elim on the lava after a certain percentage, so Bowser has to be really careful here.
Oh my goodness. This is a lot of aerial movement here for Bowser.
It is, and they are sticking on the top of the map, which kind of mitigates a lot of the... oh, he didn't get it. No, he didn't get eliminated. Somehow. Now what? Oh, but that's it for Bowser. We didn't get to see the action, but Pyra and Mythra pull off a little bit of an upset.
What an upset. Oh my goodness. I've never seen that much of the battle take place off camera.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, and
Truly
obviously,
a historic battle.
This one hurts a little bit. I mean, most people thought that Bowser had it, but Bowser, you know, one of the more recent reigning champions, actually gets eliminated in the first round.
And Dagobah maintains their 1-point lead.
That's true. That's true. Thermal Pollution now creeps up into second place, though, and User Fifu. Actually, lots of people catching up to Dagobah here.
For a whole second place entrance.
That is very true. It's anybody's game halfway through round one. And on we go to the second half of the bracket. Now, this is one of the matchups that I was looking forward to most. I feel like I want Banjo-Kazooie to do well. They never do well, however, when I actually get to watch them play. Wii Fit Trainer, my money's always on Wii Fit Trainer. I think Wii Fit Trainer, like I was saying before the game, amazing final smash, especially in SmashTourney specifically, because anytime there's a moving stage, that's almost a guaranteed kill. And even in some stationary stages, I mean, that ult can just take somebody out. That being said, maybe the Bear and the Bird can do it. Maybe this is their tournament. I want to believe.
Important. Absolutely, and we've got to keep the faith for the rare purists such as myself. That being said, we do have to keep in mind the fact that Wii Fit Trainer is athletic but large, and the Bear and the Bird keep themselves purposefully light just because they did have that issue a couple years ago with being too overweight to qualify for their sequel. So that being said, it'll be really interesting to see if they can manage to get a little bit of an up on Wii Fit Trainer with aerials, and I'm really interested to see. Goodness, that gap is closing on Wii Fit Trainer. Looks like 75% versus 25% as far as predictions. 78%. People do not have faith in the Little Bear and Bird.
But we just saw the same about the same spread for Bowser.
Absolutely.
And Bowser lost. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think the stage and the items may actually make or break this particular matchup.
I guess you could say that we're missing the proper puzzle pieces to put this together.
Jiggies. Let's go.
Jiggies indeed.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yes, Bear and Bird is a gay bar. It's run by these two. Weren't you aware?
We got a Pikmin map in honor of Pikmin 4. 3, 4, 4. 3, 4. 4. Pikmin 4. I remember. Banjo is taking a lot of damage early.
Oh, let's see if they can manage that. Looked like the beginning of possibly some good moves here. Looks like our Pikmin has deposited a Pokeball.
Okay, we got Spupa. Is that what it's called? Spupa?
That's Spupa.
Alright, Spupa not doing anything right now. Banjo actually catching up.
Still looking at excellent form from Wii Fit Trainer, though. That looks like they're keeping neck and neck as far as damage.
Okay.
What's this assist trophy?
Well, I think it'll do a little bit of damage if it can latch on to Wii Fit Trainer, but, oh, they're going off the map! Can Wii Fit Trainer recover? No! No! The stage hazard actually took her out there, so now Banjo's sitting on 114%. Any damage that he does to Wii Fit Trainer now before losing his stock is pretty much free damage.
And a Wind Waker stage. This will be interesting. Really tight stage. Very, very small. Not much verticality.
That is true. I mean, Banjo is hanging in there for sure on this first stock. And man, these grenades, these egg grenades are doing a lot of work. And now Wii Fit Trainer has ult, or Final Smash. Banjo's about to get his Final Smash.
The King of Red Lions heard there was a gay bar and, swanned in. But let's see how this goes.
Banjo and Kazooie are about the two stock. Wow, they did. Wii Fit Trainer no chance to use the Final Smash, and the underdog pulls through once again.
Talk about Jinjo's Bizarre Adventure. Goodness gracious.
Gah. All right.
Absolutely beautiful.
Let's see what the spread looks like now. So we've got Dega still in first. Actually, Dega was the only one that predicted the underdog on that one, and it pays off. He's now 2 points ahead, and Gamey Katie, unfortunately, her sponsor just lost. So second place may be a distant memory in the short future here. But everybody else sitting around 3 points, 2 points. Anybody can catch up to Degaboo, and a lot of people's sponsors are coming up here in these next couple matches. Wario's playing soon, and Isabel's playing soon. So it's anybody's game still.
You heard it here, folks. It pays to keep the faith. I did back Baron Bird, and here we are. Rareware will make its comeback.
Indeed.
Now, of course, this is my fighter coming up here. I did sponsor Wario, the big man himself. Although I did see a couple of my friends going after Greninja, who was also definitely a popular fighter. We'll see who. I really do think this is going to be an interesting one because every single one of these mashups seems to have had some sort of leaning in weight class.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was about to say the same thing. I mean, obviously, Wario has the weight class advantage here, but Greninja is really fast. Maybe one of the fastest fighters in the game. Actually, one of the reasons why I played Greninja a lot in Smash 4. But actually, look at that. Predictions were skewing Greninja. Now they skew Wario. So people are having a little bit of second guessing going on here.
I do imagine that some people in our audience are going to remember the fact that Greninja is heavily favored in competitive Smash and has largely taken the place of Fox McCloud as far as Smash Ultimate goes, as being a really popular, incredibly fast player. So I'm really fascinated to see if that kind of backing will lend him any credence in this fight.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out. Will the competitive ability affect the computer ability? Let's find out. All right, Wario versus Greninja. Wario's first time in a SmashTourney appearance.
Welcome in, big guy.
Starts right off with the motorcycle. Now it's a throwable for either. But no damage for Wario just yet. Greninja elects to not pick it up.
That Pikmin flower is just hanging out. Let's see if the onion can give us anything interesting.
All right. Okay, assist trophy on the map.
Trophy.
We got Oshawott, which goes right into the gullet of the creature.
Oh, and Shadow.
Okay, and Greninja! Greninja thought that it was okay. It still recovered, but that was very dangerous.
Oh my goodness! Is Wario down?
Oh, no recovery! Wow. Okay, this is a great position for Greninja to be in. I mean, very low percentage damage on first stock. Oh, Wario. Okay, Wario's. I mean, they're playing off the edge, and that's risky for Wario.
Especially for the Skyward Sword map. It does move in such a way that if they're playing off the right side of the map, they'll fall back on the stage. But that being said, it moves fast enough. Let's see if Wario can get back up.
All right, he looks like he's okay at the moment, but I mean, Wario needs to play catch up here, and he's doing a good job of it at the moment.
Come on, pick up that assist trophy.
It looks like neither of them want it, although now there's nothing in between them. There's no excuse to not get it unless it's just overconfidence. And that's... Oh, there's going to be 2 assist trophies for Wario immediately. Bomberman.
Now, overconfidence is Wario's middle name. Let's see.
Oh my God! Out of... Wow, the double assist trophy and just pure damage gives Wario the win. Greninja had a huge advantage in that game and blew it in the matter of about 10 seconds.
As a wise man once said, that's a spicy meatball. Now, Dogaboo is up by 2 points and definitely leading. We still do have 4 people in second place with 4 points each, and we do see Gamey Katie and Thermal Pollution pulling up behind with 3 points each. I really do think this might be a very, very tight game for our viewers as well as our players.
It is definitely looking that way. Very exciting. It's always great to see people still in it, you know, as we get through the first round here.
Absolutely.
Very exciting. And now we got 2 matches left in this first round. We're almost halfway through the tournament. We move on to Isabel versus King DDD.
Now, do you think that DDD is going to draw any parallels between another round-shaped and doe-eyed character he's used to seeing? Do you think that might bring out a little bit of the animalistic rage in him?
I kind of hope so. I love DDD. I love DDD's final smash. I think he's just a lovable character. But Isabelle has been a very, very strong competitor so far in SmashTourney. I think actually one of Tarify's wins was on an Isabelle victory, I believe. So, you know, I mean, Isabelle's just so strong, always throwing those gyroid like rockets at the opponent, and it's just really strong. It's a really strong ability, but DDD has a lot of range too, and in fact, even faster projectiles with his little spiked creature.
Absolutely. And the thing to remember also here, I think, is that Isabelle is lightweight, but she's not terribly fast. She does get a lot of advantage from being able to get a lot of verticality, but once she's up there, it's a slow descent, and that can actually be a huge crippling move for her.
Very true. The map could make a really big impact on this particular matchup.
I'm really interested to see what the stage does. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's find out. Predictions are closed, and we go in for Isabelle versus DDD.
The deep dive of the cutie pies.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, now we are on a fast-moving Mario Kart track. Let's see if anyone gets swapped up on the bottom there.
That's the problem with this one. There's so much stage hazard in this map. But Isabelle is not in a... Well, all right, let's see. If any of them toss up, this could be bad. Okay, Isabelle gets DDD up on the track.
Right, but that seems to be better for... Well, that's definitely better for her. Steve,
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was talking about with Isabelle, though, is the fact that once she's up there, she does make such slow descents, it can really hamper her ability to fight, but she's already eliminated DDD down to one stock.
I mean, that was extremely impressive. And a perfect block by Isabelle, too. I mean, that was almost mega damage from DDD with the side smash there, but to no avail.
Our stage morph, and a Mario stage for our morph again.
All right, we got Dedenne.
Which missed entirely.
Yep, not great, but moving stage,
Let's get that
literally
Pokeball.
anything can happen on a moving stage. It's very easy to lose 2 stock on this particular map.
We've got nobody going for either Pokeball.
Three Pokeballs spawning. It falls into DDD's lap, and he gets a bomb of snow. Isabelle is playing off the map. This is risky. They're both gonna get stuck. But she 2-stocks him. We couldn't see it happen.
Oh my goodness.
But Isabelle walks away with that win on 2 stock.
That is amazing. It looks like our crowd did call it, though. She is one feisty little dog.
She is indeed, and that's great news for Gigantic Pingu because it puts him right up there in first place, tied with Degaboo.
A real win for the feminists here.
It is indeed. All right, I mean, Isabelle is always 2-stocking. Gotta be one of the stronger CPUs that we've seen. Let's see if she can.
Impressive.
Yeah, let's see if she can keep it up. But we got one match left in the round 1 here. Sorry, go ahead.
No. No, my bad. I spoke over you. I was just saying that she doesn't need anyone to throw her a bone.
So you have to get the puns in. You got to get them in. I need them. I live from them.
I'm sorry. Now, that being said, we do have a celestial goddess going up against an immortal who has killed the god of the underworld in his own canon. This could be a really interesting matchup.
I agree. We've only seen Steve, I think, maybe once so far, and Steve had a pretty impressive showing. I don't think he went very far, but in the matches that he did play, he did make a pretty significant impact. We'll see how much space Rosalina gives him, because honestly, Steve can just sit there and mine away and improve all of his tools, and Rosalina doesn't have too much range unless she fights with the Luma. So I guess we'll have to see.
Well, and both of these characters have seen competitive Smash play over time. Steve has proven time and time again to be a complete wild card. And the thing about these CPUs is that since this fighter is so new, it is harder to predict Steve than it is Rosalina, who's been in a couple games now.
That is a very good point. Any of the new fighters, anything can happen. Let's find out. Last match of the round of 16. Rosalina and Luma versus Steve. Okay, this is a pretty small map. So this favors Rosalina and Luma, I would say, because there's not much space for Steve to go through and mine for his tools.
Absolutely no cover here, and Luma is right up on him. Now, especially with these Monster Hunter stages, it's always really interesting to see these cartoony characters contrasted with the sharp reality of Rosalina getting her butt handed to her by a square.
That is very true. Alright, but Steve got the Pokeball out. It's just Snivy, so not too much. Luma actually does some good damage to Steve there. Actually, I take it back. Snivy actually did a lot. And now Steve's over there mining and crafting.
Can she bring it back together? Or will she float on?
I mean, they're both at high percent right now, but they're both kind of floaty characters. I mean, Rosalina maybe more so, but Steve's hanging in there. Now both in triple digits.
Oh my goodness.
Steve's upgraded the tools. He's still going.
Beautiful recovery.
Perfect block by Rosalina. Edge guarding now. Can she get it? No. Steve actually turns around with that early elim. Well, not an early elim, just an elim.
He is a high percentage, though, and especially with this super tiny map. Again, we have a tiny floating stage not moving.
True, but Steve's got diamond tools now, and they're both about to get Final Smash. Rosalina has hers. Does she want to use it before taking Steve out? She does. This is not... Oh, I thought somehow she hit him out of it, but nope, he still loses his life. And now Steve has to get his tools back. Oh, Flint and Steel actually doing some damage there.
This has been such a tight match. It's really, really hard to give any particular credit here. Now, we do have the Fatal Frame.
Yeah, this is risky for both players. Ooh, okay, Rosalina is definitely getting high up there. Oh, not good for her. Steve's using this opportunity to actually farm more resources. And what? Oh my god, that was a huge hit from Steve.
Absolutely shocking.
Wow.
Steve really upgraded all of his tools just to stick it right in the nether. That was amazing.
Wow. Dominant performance from Steve on that second stock. And look at that, now we got 3 people tied for first. Degaboo, Gigantic Pingu, User Fifu, all have the same number of correct predictions. They got 6 out of 8 correct through these first 8 matches, and all of their sponsors are still in it. Now, sorry, go ahead.
Thermal Pollution, myself, and Priel are only 2 points behind, especially with these absolutely crazy underdog and landslide performances. I'm fascinated to see whether or not we'll be able to keep up this lead.
Oh, it's a great point. And I mean, honestly, it's entirely dependent now on whose sponsors make it the furthest, right? I mean, the predictions are going to probably differentiate it a bit here, but sponsorships are now worth 2 points in this upcoming quarterfinals matches. So let's move on. We'll go to match number 9. We've got Ness's second appearance, and remember, if Ness wins this one and Lucas wins his next one, they'll face each other, and a lot of people are rooting for that storyline. Let me open up the predictions.
The Cutthroat Cousins storyline really is going to be interesting, and let's just see, especially when we come to Byleth, who absolutely had an upset match with Palutena. It could be in for a real shocking turn. I
agree. And of course, as always, items make a big impact. Whether or not they elect to actually go for items, you know, that's up to them. That's the risk they take. And everybody is feeling Ness right now, except for Tarufai, who actually picks Byleth here, probably to be a little bit contrarian. She does have a little bit of catching up to do here. Thermal Pollution also being contrarian. And Maswo. Sorry, go ahead.
It's really interesting to see here that when we have Ness versus Byleth, Ness definitely has some standout attacks and definitely has some really amazing items that they can pull out. But that being said, Byleth has shown an amazing amount of stage control in a way that I'm interested to see if Ness is able to compete with good recovery, but not able to cover much ground.
Well, I couldn't have put it better myself. Let's find out once and for all. Can Ness do it? Can Ness try to face his brother?
3, 2,
Now we are on a Sonic map, which means we're going to have some really interesting cases of recovery here, and the verticality is perfect.
That probably favors Byleth a little bit because Ness's recovery is already good. So any help that Byleth can get is very welcome here. But they're kind of just jumping around a lot here. I think the actual stage height difference is causing them to not do too much here. But wow, okay. First pass ineffective. Second pass ineffective. But that pass worked just fine, and now Ness is down 1 stock. That's a powerful assist trophy. Can Ness make up the ground? There's a Pokeball in play. Will one of them go for it? All right, Byleth is obviously doing a lot of work here. Any damage he gets done is great for him. It's pretty much free damage.
We're definitely seeing a lot. Go ahead.
No, well, that's it. There's nothing else to be said.
Oh, it's game!
Ness couldn't recover. And with that, we won't get the storyline that people thought. And unfortunately, Degaboo's sponsor takes a hit there. But Byleth, the underdog, actually comes through. Actually, Degaboo, Pingu, and Fifu all did not bet this way, so they're all still even. But I don't know. Things are evening up a little bit.
Now that does mean that Tarufai and Masua's last-minute gambit to, and Thermal Pollution's last-minute gambit to change their backing was the right move, in fact. And the truth is, it's not that we're missing an interesting storyline here. This just means that the question is whether or not Byleth can wipe out both brothers.
That is a great point. But in order for that to happen, Lucas has to make it to the next round. And can he do it? He's up against Pyra and Mithra, who had a pretty good performance against Bowser in the...
And absolutely shocking.
In the first round.
All right, folks, I'm interested to even see what the predictions look like for this one.
Well, a lot of people are thinking it's Pyra and Mithra. I mean, they did 2-stock Bowser, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it was a 2-stock on a moving map. But let's see. Now it's evening up a little bit. Now we're dead even. People are pulling for Lucas. I mean, I would bet Lucas, but I probably would have sponsored Ness like Degaboo, and I would have been wrong. So maybe take my opinion with a grain of salt here.
Truly, the challenge of being a commentator is figuring out whether you know your players well enough to call them correctly. And the problem with, of course, the fact that we're not calling out individual sportsmen, but a program means we can't get to know them. We can't get to know their play styles. And that's part of what makes this job so exciting. Very
true. All right. Well, it looks like everybody's got their predictions in. Change it up at the last minute if you feel you need to. Soraya says neither Thermal nor Masuo changed alliances last round, so maybe they just bet the underdog from the beginning, and good for them. But it looks like everybody's got their predictions in. I'm gonna get this one started.
My agent is informing me I am due for a formal public apology later on this week.
3, 2,
All right. I mean, this map is pretty safe, I would say, except for obviously the bomb will come up and blow the bridge. But I don't know that really is too much risk for either party here, although Lucas is not doing any damage to Pyra. Very, very strong start for Pyra here. 62% untouched.
Absolutely beautiful. It almost looks like maybe Lucas isn't diving in to get close to her before she comes up on him, smacks him, and darts away.
She hit him directly into the Pokeball, which is Latias, though. Okay, and how much damage will it do? A little bit of damage here.
Not much.
Not much, but, you know, I mean, luck is on Lucas's side. Obviously, he pulled a Master Ball Pokemon out of a regular Pokeball, and now there is a Master Ball on the ground.
Ooh.
And who's going to grab it? Okay, Mithra gets it, and now he got Moltres.
During the stage transformation, we'll see if that's any help.
It did nothing at all whatsoever.
Nothing at all.
But now Lucas is playing off the edge. He's playing very risky. Does recover. But he needs an Elim here very soon. Which is possible, you know. Lucas and Ness do have a lot of range. They have a lot of potential for damage. But he elects to use the final smash now. Maybe not so bad, but he's missing it completely. Okay, very wholly ineffective final smash from Lucas. Doesn't know what he's doing here. And there's a Pokeball. Lucas hits Pyra into it. Now we got Deoxys, another legendary mythical Pokemon from a regular Pokeball.
With nothing. Absolutely no damage.
Yeah, these mythical Pokemon a bit underwhelming. But Lucas is still in triple digits now on his second stock. And Pyra, I mean, it's looking dominant. Lucas needs something. The assist trophy falls into her hands, and Starfy makes a return. Will Starfy do it? Can Starfy get the Elim?
Oh!
Pyra has her final smash.
Let's see it, Pyra.
Doesn't even need it. Doesn't even need it. Pyra and Mythra 2-stock again for the second match in a row.
Oh. I'm getting a message in my earpiece here. Mythra is quoted at ringside as saying he wasn't worth the effort. You heard it here, folks. This is quite the shocking revelation here.
Wow, those are some big fighting words from Pyra and Mythra, but I mean, clearly they can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Now, Jigaboo and Fifu are currently in the lead. They are currently both at 8 points, and they are a point away from Thermal Pollution and Gigantic Pingu, but that is a huge lead compared to our third place here.
That's true, but predictions can make a big impact, and also both people that are in, you know, well, actually in 5th place technically. I mean, Wario, both 5th place players are sponsoring Wario. I mean, I don't know. There's still potential for you guys, for both Medic and Priao to skyrocket into first with another win here. And actually, next match has Wario in it. So let's find out if Wario can beat the Bear and the Bird.
Oh, now that is truly a heartbreaking match for myself.
I know. I'd love to see both characters win. But I mean, this will be to have Wario go all the way. I think would be a great first impression for his fighter. Banjo has had a very underwhelming, you know, Smash repertoire so far, but you know, his match against Wii Fit Trainer, pretty good. And now we've got 2 heavyweight fighters against each other. Who knows what can happen?
Absolutely, especially the match with Wii Fighter did seem fairly close. I'd be really interested to see, however, how Banjo does against a fighter who's so well known for being able to edge guard so fiercely and being able to really keep the competition close.
I agree, and honestly, even in Banjo's match against Wii Fit Trainer, I think a lot of his luck came from items. Pretty much the only way Banjo was engaging with Wii Trainer or with Wii Fit Trainer was by throwing, you know, egg grenades, and I don't know that Wario is gonna be affected by that as much as Wii Fit Trainer was.
Not nearly.
Let's find out who can do it. At least, in either case, one of these two makes the semifinals, and it'll make for a fun semifinal matchup.
Absolutely. There's one thing you can count on. Oh my goodness. Now we do have a Minecraft map here, which is going to be relatively similar to the top of Mushroom Kingdom. Or should I say Peach's Castle?
Yep, very true. Wow, they are moving very quickly, and yet neither really hitting each other at the moment. But, I mean, Wario is taking some damage. They're playing off that, you know, very close to the edge, though. And like you said, Wario kind of excels there.
Absolutely. It's definitely remaining really close, really tight, not much of flinging each other off of too much. Now, we do have Wario with the assist trophy with Crystal.
Oh, this is bad for Banjo.
And she traps him in the corner. Oh!
Oh, that is so much damage from an assist trophy. Oh, Banjo cannot recover. Oh, in fact, he dies.
Down a stock. This might be complete domination.
And all the meanwhile, you know, Banjo not being able to get back down onto the ground gave Wario opportunity to get more assist trophies. An assist trophy spawns on Banjo, though, and Banjo gets the little crocodile assist trophy again.
He does have final smash, though. This could be quite tight.
Oh, he missed. Or rather, Wario dodged that pretty effectively. It looked like it was going to hit, but the assist trophy gets the elim. So we're all
both.
Yeah, we're at 1 stock, but Banjo's almost at triple digits. Assist trophy still doing some damage to Wario though. Banjo desperately needs to get this assist trophy, and he doesn't. Got Knuckle Joe. Banjo cannot afford to get hit by this.
That is absolutely domination.
It is, and Wario has Final Smash. And he farts. He farts. He doesn't even need to Final Smash. Wow.
Wow. A waft for the history books.
I mean, that was a 50-50 prediction, and actually, it really didn't. I mean, all it really did was make 4 people now get tied with 8 points, 2 people with 7 points, and obviously, the first place differential there is that Degaboo and Fifu have more correct predictions than Medic and Prial, but obviously Ness is no longer in it, and we're about to find out if Steve makes it into the semifinals too. So we're about to see probably this leaderboard get shaken up within the next couple games or so. But very exciting for Wario.
I truly think it's definitely going to be a tight final.
I think it will be. All right, now we got Isabelle versus Steve. Obviously, we got, I think Pingu is sponsoring Isabelle and Fifu is sponsoring Steve. This could very well split the leaderboard. This could be maybe one of the most impactful remaining matches, actually. And let's see. Obviously, Fifu going with Steve and Pingu going for Isabelle. They're sponsored fighters, and let's see where the rest of the chat actually thinks.
Isabelle landsliding.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not even close right now. This could be good news for Fifu. Obviously, having the underdog win would kind of help out here.
Especially when it comes to what a wild card Steve is. Some of his strongest abilities do take a while to warm up, but once they are warmed up, it can be absolutely devastating. Whereas with Isabelle, a lot of it is just making sure that you can actually get close to your opponent enough to do enough damage, or at least get them in range.
Very true. I mean, I think, honestly, I couldn't even tell you who predicts. I wouldn't even know who to predict for in this situation. I kind of want to see Steve go further. We've seen Isabelle win. We know Isabelle's good. Isabelle did just 2-stock in a confident manner against DDD. But maybe Steve can do it. I see we've only got 7 votes in, so make sure if you haven't predicted yet and you want to, that you get your predictions in. I think Priao, if you wanted to get yours in, I know I see you're missing, and I don't know who else is missing off the top of my head.
Now, we did just lose a fighter, and that fighter being Tarufai's connection.
Indeed. All right. Well, it looks like we've got 8 people in. I think maybe one other person could predict if they wanted to, but I'm going to get us started. Let's close out round 2 of the tournament. Isabelle versus Steve.
I'm getting some information in my earpiece here saying that Steve is, in fact, an Isabelle Echo fighter, which means this is a battle of the twins. I'd be very interested to see how these 2 best sisters dominate the battlefield.
I'd love to know your source on that.
My source is Fifu.
Oh. And Fifu knows best. Well, I mean, Isabelle is honestly doing some good combos to start out the match here.
Absolutely excellent.
We're at Newport City, or whatever it's called. That's I mean, this is one of the bigger maps in Smash, but they're not they're not taking advantage of the size of the map here.
Or their assist trophies, it seems.
Or the assist trophies. Oh, maybe Steve is gonna go for that one. Oh, look at him, he's building up, and he's gonna, but he's not going. He is going for it.
All right.
Okay, let's see if it was worth it. I mean, I guess it's always worth it. Wow, that's a lot of. Okay. Well, that was definitely worth it for Steve, and he gets another one. This one's not going to be as impactful, but it doesn't even matter. Isabelle has no shot against the assist trophy. Oh, but they both they both died a stage morph, but actually Steve survives, so Steve technically 2-stocks Isabelle. Great news for the underdog bettors and for user Fifu.
Upset.
And Fifu now clearly in the lead. Wow. To quote user Fifu, I'm done. Wow, okay. So, that being said, even though Fifu's clearly in the lead, Wario's still in the competition, so obviously Wario's going to get Medic and Prial some extra points here. Thermal Pollution's going to need to bet his heart out, and so is Degaboo. But in theory, it's still anybody's game. And now we move on to the semifinals. There's only 3 matches left, and these 3 matches do determine who's going to walk away $10 richer tonight. Now, who wins this matchup? We've got Byleth versus Pyra and Mythra. Pyra and Mythra have looked dominant so far in the tournament. But Byleth has kind of crept through as an underdog, I think, in his matchups.
Absolutely. They've really proven their mettle here.
It's still anybody's game. Gamey Katie is coming back. Very true. You can't say Isabelle always lets you down, though, Prial. We did get an Isabelle victory. At one point in time, Isabelle did do what she set out to do.
To win it for the girls and the gays.
Indeed.
Now, speaking of girls and gays, I am really interesting to see how Byleth goes up against Pyra and Mythra here, at least in part because they do have similar ranges and similar setups.
That's very true. And honestly, probably similar weight class as well. So I think, again, this may be one of those matchups that it is entirely item dependent, because otherwise they may just be on even footing. Although, I was going to say before the tournament started and I forgot, I had a feeling that we might get a sudden death matchup in this one, and maybe that's what this one will end up being. Let's find out. Actually, if anybody else wanted to get your predictions in, do it now, or forever hold your peas.
In your hand. No bowls allowed.
No bowls for your peas. I don't know who we're waiting on, but I'll give you guys the second to do it, just because I know it's a pretty close matchup. It looks like maybe Masuo and Fifu. Nope, Fifu already predicted. He just changed his prediction. So Masuo, I don't know if you wanted to get in, and just who else are we looking at? I'm not sure, but all right. If not, then away we go.
We're all holding our peas in anticipation.
Yes, we are, and this is the first semifinal matchup. This is exciting. Winner of this makes it to the finals. But nobody's sponsored either of these fighters, so actually no major points to be earned from this particular matchup.
Unlike in the real world, the anime characters are not popular in this one.
No, they're not. Although I honestly think Pyra and Mythra have had such a strong showing that people may sponsor them in the future. And am I wrong? Thermal Pollution, did you originally sponsor Pyra and Mythra, or did you sponsor Bowser the whole time? I'm not sure, but let's see. Oh, actually, Byleth kind of steals that assist trophy. And Pyra is taking huge damage from the assist trophy, but not actually getting eliminated somehow.
That sheriff can shoot. It is really nice to see the original NES getting represented in these assist trophies.
Okay, well, Byleth, honestly, that was a really great, strong first stock, although he is getting completely bodied now. And Pyra and Mythra even elect to use their final smash now to cut back on Byleth's final smash charge.
Oh!
But it's not enough to take out Byleth. And now Byleth has his final smash.
Oh my goodness, especially with the Kingdom Hearts stage like this. Super, super tiny, not really anywhere to go.
Oh, is it enough? It is, and this is horrible news for Byleth. No final smash for him anymore.
Oh.
Although, it's still pretty even, relatively speaking, in percentage, although Byleth is now doing some serious damage to Mythra. Dodge, wow, that's a good dodge, though. And we're back at the Metal Gear map. And man, there's just a lot of dodging going around. And is that enough? It is. Wow. Okay.
Oh!
Kind of out of nowhere. Byleth just gets that one well-placed side smash.
Incredibly tight match.
And Byleth makes it into the finals as our first finals appearance fighter. And, I mean, Fifu's still in first. Degaboo pretty close behind. All right.
It's such a shocking turnaround from last tournament where the sword fighters all went out so early to see one make it all the way through in the very next tourney.
That is a great point. I mean, Byleth has looked pretty dominant in most of these matchups. And, I mean, he's either going to go up against Wario or Steve. And I don't know. I don't know how well either of those hold their own against Byleth, in all honesty. But we won't know until we find out the outcome of the next match, which is a very consequential one because we have a few people sponsoring Wario and one person sponsoring Steve. Obviously, Fifu currently in first, has Steve as his sponsor. This could help him run away with the $10. Or we could get Wario win here and give Priyao and Medic, you, both a chance for $10. And if you win, you would be the first co-host to ever win while live.
I'm trying to make history here tonight and be a representation to all people in my subculture. You can believe in yourself and make jokes on the internet to be $10 richer.
Oh, actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Pingu did win the very first Smash. Nope, Hyperactive BS won the first one. I think maybe Pingu won one that was off stream. I don't remember. Whichever one Pingu won, where he'll become a retroactive VIP. He didn't win money from it, but you'd be the first to win money while watching.
You know what? I'll take it. A win is a win.
A win is a win. A win is a win. And honestly, these are going to be some fun final two matches because whether it's Wario or Steve in the finals, I think a lot of people are going to be rooting that way because both really fun fighters. And let's see who has what it takes to make it to the finals. Pretty even predictions, to be honest, as even as you can get with 7 people.
2, 1, go!
Oh my goodness. Nintendo 64 Peach's Castle. Now this is going to be a really, really close-knit, very tiny amount of area to walk in. So far, very, very close as far as damage.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Wario playing off the map. Oh, Steve almost played that really risky. Can Wario recover? He can't. Oh, he actually got saved by the stage there, I think. Wario grabs the
And
assist
that's an
trophy.
assist trophy.
It hurt himself.
Wait. Now this is the 3DS badge bunny who is able to pick up characters.
Ooh, Steve dodged it.
So close.
Is he going to dodge it again? No. No. Uh-oh. Okay, it's not enough. One try left for the little grabby claw. And Steve dodges it. So actually not too bad.
No.
And we got Gardevoir, so actually really not too much of a consequential Pokemon for either party. But Wario guarding the edge. Oh, but okay, Steve actually recovers with the Elytra, but that was very close.
Now, Steve is not usually regarded as having a terribly good recovery. This has been some truly impressive play by our CPU here.
I agree with that. And he's setting up some TNT. Oh, Wario, be careful! But it doesn't matter.
Wow! Very tight evasion.
Okay, Steve trying to craft a little bit. Actually hits wow, Wario actually takes some stage damage there.
It's still quite close.
We got Aber. This could teleport Wario off the map, but Steve dies.
Wow.
And
Absolutely.
the teleport didn't do enough for Wario. The TNT, though, saved by Steve's Pokemon.
Oh,
And-
and a final smash!
Wow, this could be horrible for Steve. He
That
survives,
Wario, wow.
and he returns with the final smash. Wow, that Aber really hurt Steve. But, I mean, Steve's only down 50%. He could recover here. Stage Morph could be really risky if Steve doesn't try to recover, and he doesn't!
Oh!
Stage Morph elimination gives Wario the win, and in his first appearance in SmashTourney, Wario makes it to the finals against Byleth. And look at that.
Absolutely beautiful upset.
Priyao takes first place from Fifu, now with 13 points. Only 7 correct predictions, though. One more point from Fifu, and they'll both have 13 points, and Fifu would actually get the edge with more correct predictions. So, this finals match could be pretty important.
Absolutely. It's a very, very close user race as well as a very, very close tournament race. I'm so excited to see who ends up in the top.
All right. Let's find out, shall we?
I think we're going to have to name this tournament everybody you meet in a gay bar over the course of your college career.
Final.
Now, I think technically, and I can't do the math on the fly, but I think there is actually a way for you to still win too, but you have to play very strategically here. Obviously, this is Priyao's game to lose, and it all comes down to whether or not Wario has what it takes.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed. He's not all alone, though. He's definitely going to have to go up against Byleth. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh, unfortunately for Pingu, he tried to cheat to predict the correct outcome, and it didn't work.
I unfortunately cannot lend you the script, Pingu. This is simply... I'm sorry. I mean, I can't lend you the code, Pingu. I can't tell you who's going to win this one.
All right, this is the final match. Make
And
sure...
50-50.
Yeah, it is 50-50. Make sure to get in your votes now. I know we've had more than 7 points in the tournament. It's okay if people tune out, but this is an important match. This determines it all. Who goes home with the money?
And who goes home with a sore hiney?
We'll find out in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm personally hoping Wario gets it. I think it would be a fun way for him to be introduced to SmashTourney. But Byleth has been pretty strong so far. So it wouldn't surprise me. He's got the range on Wario, though, for sure. Bow and spear. And sword.
Wario does have a habit of having a really shocking recovery, though.
He does, and we got the Eat Asshole song going on right now, which is really a really fitting way to end, end the tournament.
Now it is interesting. Ooh, he pulls Shadow.
This could be bad for Wario, though. This is going to be some free damage for Byleth. Oh, he misses, though. He needed to do an up smash, but he did a forward smash. Okay, Wario's returning some damage, though. It only gets an Eevee. Not the most impactful Pokemon, but it could do some damage. With
This damage is still... It's still very, very close, though, and I'm really interested to see the fact that they're not doing a whole lot of tossing each other around, even though they're more than capable. This has been very close physically.
It has indeed. Okay, we got the Metroid Assist Trophy here. Okay, Wario driving through the sky. And they're both in triple digits. Oh, Assist Trophy. Not enough. Wario has Final Smash. Byleth about to get Final Smash. Will either of them use it before the other dies?
These are some truly 600 IQ plays here. Oh!
Oh, Wario loses his Final Smash. Byleth's about to get his. And does have his. And hits Wario with it. Is this going to be a 2-stock to finish it out? It is!
Oh!
Oh my god! Wario couldn't do it.
Byleth takes it for the Sword Masters. Oh my goodness.
Indeed. Let's take a peek at where that puts the leaderboard. User Fifu makes a comeback. Once in first place with Steve, then in like third place, now in first. So congratulations to Fifu sticking it out. The predictions actually helped here. So wow, and the tiebreaker on correct predictions. So good job to Fifu for predicting the most matches correctly. All right, well, let's see this little cinematic. Well, not cinematic short, but it'll show Byleth as taking home the win.
Now, Fifu has just surrendered their prize to Priao.
I will not allow it. He is too giving, and Fifu has earned this fair and square, though he can give the money to whoever he wants after he has it. But I am giving Fifu the money. And let's mark that tournament as done. And we got user Fifu, who sponsored Steve, who didn't even make it into the finals, but he still pulls out the win because of his 10 out of 15 matches correct. So great job to user Fifu. Pretty impressive showing. This may be the first time that somebody's won that where their sponsored fighter didn't make it to the finals. Usually the sponsor points actually make a big difference, but with Wario not getting the bonus 4 points for winning, you know, that just meant that the fact that it was a close game all the way through gives Fifu the edge. So, yeah, very exciting.
I do believe I was here for another match that was won by someone who did not have their sponsored fighter in the finals. But that being said, this tournament was such a roller coaster ride that I don't think Fifu really loses any points with that, being that they were able to predict so accurately so many completely wild card matches.
Yep, I mean it was great. This is why staying engaged is important, because obviously, you know, you always have a chance to win, even if your sponsor gets eliminated early. So, congratulations to Fifu. Medic, thank you so much for co-casting. This was very fun. Loved your jokes, loved your insight, loved your commentary. It was great, especially for a first-time co-caster. Much appreciated.
Thank you very kindly for having me, and I hope to see you again.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to run it back sometime soon. Before I leave, let me just mention sort of the announcements that I said at the beginning in case anybody joined late. But essentially, next Tuesday, we're going to be going live with the new SmashTourney rules. And I'll actually sort of preview them here now. I am not prepared to do the extra prizes at the moment, but for next week, we're actually going to have a different point system where making a prediction at all gets you 1 point. Then making a correct prediction gets you another point, which means that in total, instead of 15 points from predictions, you can get 30 points. And if you make all 15, you get 15 points from predictions, even if you got them all wrong. And in order to compensate for that, the sponsor points change from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 2, 4, 6, 8 for a total of 20 possible sponsor points, meaning that the predictions actually start to matter a little bit more than the sponsor does. But hopefully it'll give people a little bit more of a chance to stay engaged with the stream. And we'll try it out for a little bit. And if people like the old rules better, where sponsors are obviously more, you know, a more reliable way to earn points, then we can always switch it back. But I'm going to test run that new rule system soon. And in addition to that, hopefully my website will go live on Tuesday as well, which will give you the opportunity to watch the stream on there if you want. I'll have it embedded on the homepage. And you can look up any stats about any particular fighter that you want, how any particular viewer has performed, including how many tournaments they've won, how many matches they've won, what sponsors everybody's, you know, made, etc. So there's a lot coming for SmashTourney, and we'll continue to grow as a channel, and I'm very excited.
And that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, and it is not possible without the participation of all of you, so I very much appreciate everybody's time. Thanks for sticking with me, and I may see you guys this weekend for a special Smash stream, so make sure to have the notifications on if you don't already, and of course I'll post in the Discords to let you guys know when I'm live. But it's been fun. Thanks again, Medic. Congratulations, Fifu, and good night, everybody.
Is this the part where we say, and viewers like you?
And viewers like you, indeed. All right.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys.